Okay, hopefully this works. I've been meaning to try and get this up and running for the last 15 minutes or so, and we've been having a lot of technical difficulties. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you who celebrate. I had, God, I had a lot of bourbon yesterday. My wife had me make these fancy drinks, and they were delicious, and they did not feel alcoholic. They felt like happiness, and that was problematic. And my brain just cannot. I can't talk right now. It's like it's bad. I can't drink like that anymore. And it wasn't even like to get drunk. It was Thanksgiving. It was delicious. When I saw 100. Sorry, I think I'd be banned from YouTube if I were 100% off truly. But Dan, what is your GAC number? Um, my wife works today. I think it's like one of those corporate fake work kind of days where she has to sign in and make sure that things aren't on fire and then she doesn't have to work anymore. But what that basically means is that I can only be online for as long as she is asleep. So this is going to be one of those brunches where we don't know when it's going to end, but I would say about an hour and a half. So we're going to get into it. Let's do my conquest for the morning, and then if we can get through any of these roster reviews, that would be great. Just because there's so many, it's so big right now. The brother-in-law wasn't the problem. No, he actually showed up. We begged him, we pleaded with him. We were like, please, please, please show up, and he did. And he showed up at my house at 9 o'clock in the morning. My wife and I were cooking, and we hear the knock on the door, and he's there for some reason. So he sat on our couch for like 4 hours, just complaining about what was on TV, knowing that he could change it, and we have streaming services, and he could put on whatever the hell he wanted while we slaved away in our tiny kitchen. Uh, do bits give more sat? They might. Why not? Maybe. Um, M3, feeling cute. Might submit a roster review later. All right, let's see. Because again, we are crunched for time this morning, right? So let's pop in. I had earlier on when I did all my triple drop stuff, I got pretty damn lucky. 100% for the set. 100 bits for Sass. Fuck you, Womp Rat. That $1 and you want Sass. Joke's on you, motherfucker. How was that? Do I have my sassy pants on? Goddamn. I think it's going to be one of those grumpy brunches. But, hey, I got to tell you, man. I love you too, buddy. I do. I really do. I got to tell you, I got lucky on triple drops this morning. I got 6 Omicron materials. 6 Omicron materials. And that is like one of those super exciting things. And I ended up applying Third Sister's final Omicron with it, which was really nice. I also did 3 new R9s yesterday. And some people told me that it was a mistake. They said, I don't think that's worth it. But when I saw Crimes Against the Republic come up, I decided to take Jedi Master Mace Windu. I decided to take Temple Guard, and I decided to take Jocasta Nu, all to Relic 9. And people said, Egg, that's a mistake. 2,000 crystals, that's nothing. But hear me out. I have 14 million GP. I need R9 teams for Rise of the Empire. That Crimes Against the Republic might come back again for Christmas, or we might see it once every 6 months. So I might as well start on it now. That was my feeling there, right? So I felt like it was the right thing to do, was to make sure that my characters were ready. Unfortunately, I am completely out of R8 and R9 materials right now, or else I would have probably taken the whole team to R9. Triple drops were beautiful. They really, really were. They were just so good to me. And I got some nice impulse detector stuff, and I got some nice erodium heatsink stuff, and I am super happy about it. Now, for Conquest, I'm basically in maintenance mode at this point, where we just throw shit at the wall and we see what sticks. And yeah, we could do that. I've got nothing that is difficult left, so I am happy about that. I got about 150 flood signal data, maybe more. I don't remember, but I was happy with it. So triple drops were a success in my eyes. Decent energy pack today. I might buy it too. Decent energy pack today. I might buy it too. I am so hurting for signal data that I might do it too. Yeah, triple drops are beautiful. Anytime triple drops come around, it is a positive. I meant to do like a whole breakdown video. Someone break the Egnards. I meant to do like a whole breakdown video on triple drops, and I started putting together like a real calendar for it. It's gonna take me some time. I want to have it prepared for next time. For the next time we have triple drops would be really nice. Egg throwing up. I didn't throw up. Recommend. I felt fine. I mean, listen, I got a little bit of a headache, but otherwise, I feel okay. Oh, is it working now? Yeah, I've been playing with the stream settings a bit to try and fix certain things within the stream. Hopefully it is working now. Do want to also just straight up upgrade my internet. But I would like for Verizon to come to my area, because in my old area, I was paying $40. No, I was paying $30 a month for internet. And now I've moved to an area that only has Optimum. So now I pay $100 for internet, and I hate that. Is it still choppy? It just went full funky, but it's good now. Yes, the current bit rate is low. Open widget. The stream current is lower than recommended. You stream setting. Can I change? I don't know if I can change that midstream. Let's see. Output, streaming, recording. Let's play around with that setting and see if I can change that. But I might not be able to do it midstream. Hey, Aether. Change. But Womprat, the reason I don't move to OBS, and I've told you this before, it's very specifically that I need nested folders. I know you don't need nested folders. I know you don't give a shit about nested folders. I need nested folders. Let's see. Settings, output mode to advanced. Let's see if I can do that right now. Output mode to advanced. Bit rate is 6800. So let's say 6800. Close. Okay. It says we're in excellent condition now. So hopefully I've fixed whatever needs to be fixed. So OBS does not have nested folders, and I very much need nested folders, as I was saying before. We have so many silly sources and things that I need folders to be within folders. And OBS does not natively support nested folders. And until OBS natively supports nested folders, I can't do it. You know, the funny thing is that my wife is Russian, so hey. Hey. Good morning. I'm just calling you Jesus from now on, man. No AWP Jesus, you're just Jesus. I have OBS, yeah, Xander. If OBS has nested folders, I will just switch right over to OBS. I have it. Yeah, and there's no second tier for it yet. Where is my second tier for Hondo? Where, like, my R9 Hondo is sitting there waiting. Asajj, Talzin, Daka, Talia, Zombie. Asajj, Talzin. Asajj, where is Asajj? Talzin, Daka, Talia. Zombie. I know, but I need those nested folders. So until those nested folders come, I can't be there. Beautiful. I am annoyed by the no R9 tier as well. There we go. I have 3 zealous ambitions on right now, so it's kind of silly to watch these guys. Don't need any of that stuff. You've always known. Oh man, we've talked about this before. Where does the name Egnards come from? So, when I was a young warthog, when I was playing, I don't know, I was probably like 14, 15 in 2003. My brother moved away. He moved to college, and I went to stay with him. No, this was after he went to college. This was after he graduated. He had just moved upstate with his now wife, and I went to stay with him for a week. And he had this sweet game on his computer called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. No, that's dumb. Star Wars Galaxies. And he wanted me to play the game with him, and he was like, hey, listen, sit in front of the computer, you know, make a character, have some fun, enjoy it. And so I did, and I sat there, and if you've ever played Star Wars Galaxies, they make you create a character name, not like other games. Like, you have to have a first name and a last name. So I sat there for like 10 minutes trying to think of something that like sounded like a name. So not like Venusaur Buttface 42, but like a legitimate name. And I pieced together Egnar Atop, which I was reminded over the years, consistently reminded over the years, is just range Poda backwards. Brutus surviving, I don't care about tanks. So I had this name Egnar, and I started using the name Egnar in basically everything that I played. Until accounts and stuff started requiring you to need like more than 5 letters. They're like, oh, you need 7 letters in order to have an account with us. So Egnar just naturally at that point became Egnards, because I couldn't think of another letter that would come after S. So it's not like this big grand story, but I've been using Egnards probably for 20 years at this point. I was Egnar and Egnards in Star Wars Galaxy. I was Egnar and Egnards in WoW. I was Egnards in the Old Republic. I was Egnards in the Warhammer one. I've just been using it forever. In fact, when I started streaming, I had to go through all my social media accounts and change the backslash from Egnards to something else so that people couldn't just go on Google, type in Egnards, and then all of my social media accounts would come up. Good morning, Hot Hot. Good morning. All right. I need to put on booming voice now. Yeah, once you have a name, you just kind of use it forever. It just is what it is. I don't think I need entrenched anymore. We need Silvo and Vane surviving. Okay. Yeah, it's basically my gamer tag. It's just what I've used forever. I feel like it's interesting because when we all made these tags years and years ago, we probably were like, oh, we're going to use it for this one thing. And then time passes, right? And we go, oh, hey, wait a second. I'm going to use it for 8 more things. We don't realize how long we're going to be doing that stuff. Which is kind of cool to think about. I think a company who's been around longer than me would keep me from branding the moniker M3. You would think so. Maybe they don't care. They'll sell their tape elsewhere. Ba-da-da-da. Gotta check on my shit for this stupid game. Compliance research. Almost there. Almost. Oh, you know what? Micah slash M3. I was being dyslexic there, and I was thinking of the tape brand, which is 3M. Because I will never be able to afford a BMW anyway. There we go. Ba-da-da-da. I required the 3-letter. Yeah, I did not get to play. I had the PS1 internet adapter for like a short amount of time. I think to play Battlefield. Or yeah, Battlefield, the Star Wars Battlefield games. Or is it Battlefront? I think it's Battlefront. Would it be sense to make a bet with chat for pigtails till the end of the year? You know what you can do, Womprat, is you can get pigtails, grow them out, and then you can donate the hair. And that's 2 ponytails worth of pigtails. Think about it. 2 for 1 there, man. 2 for 1. Alright, we need to fucking kill these guys. He broke him. I am excited because I was just telling this to Scribbles actually maybe 20 minutes ago. I'm excited because I'm not excited that she's going on a business trip for 2 weeks, but my wife is going on a business trip for 2 weeks, and I am going to attempt to grow a beard and a mustache during that time. Now, in my younger years, I could not grow facial hair for shit, but I have had to shave more and more over the last couple years, and so I want to see if I can grow it out for 2 weeks because my wife hates facial hair, and she refuses to allow me to have that facial hair. So while she is gone, she knows that I will not be shaving, and we're gonna just see if I can make it work. So I'm a little bit excited for that. You got I mean, yeah, I got 3, and then I did my refreshes for the day, and I got 3 more, so that was super nice. You grow more than fluff. Mine comes in. It just comes in slow to where during COVID, when we all thought it was going to be 2 weeks, I said that I was not going to shave until COVID was over. And about 2 weeks in, I looked like an art thief. I had like this very French like mustache up here, and it was very funny to me, but also looked terrible on its own. But we're gonna see. We're gonna find out over those 2 weeks. All right, we're 4 of 4 here. Okay. I wish I could never. I have never really been able to rock the stash. Finn, Poe, Resistance Pilot, Resistance Trooper, and R2. Okay, well, I need to use the consumable. So Finn, Poe, Resistance Pilot, Resistance Trooper, and R2. Finn, Pilot, Resistance Poe. Finn, Poe, Pilot, Trooper. Okay. All right. Finn. Oh. The only thing with these teams is like you have to like type it in constantly because who's gonna remember? Trooper and R2, right? R2. For the bearded Egnards. We'll see if I can even grow the beard. We're gonna find out. Just throw it on auto and hope for the best. And then once those 2 weeks are over, I'm gonna have to get rid of it because my wife will not love me if I have a beard. You see the kinds of abuses that I put up with. There we go. They should have allowed us to use the door thing here instead of like just having to play it straight. Will it become a Discord emote? Maybe if it looks nice. If I'm happy about it, maybe we'll make an egg Discord emote. What do we have to do here? No tanks and Quiggled surviving. All right. No tanks is easy. You'll be better with a beard. Yeah, she is very like no. She says that beards are too prickly. I am not, so listen, I'm not the king of efficiency. I am the king of laziness. I am lazy. That is what I am. The entire egg brand is built on laziness. I know, but it has to get past that spot, Womp Rat. It's got to get to that point, and she refuses to allow me to get to that point. Star Killer, I love you, man. I really do. Fat, I gotta share with you, because you might not know this, that Fat Phil and I are good friends. So I'm gonna go on Discord to my PMs with Phil, and let's find it. Okay, so he goes, I wanted to talk signal data bottleneck. You okay if I share the information from your premium value charts like this? And he showed me a graphic of my value charts because he wanted to use it in a video. And I said, as long as you mention my name, I've got no problem with you using stuff from there. And after mentioning those sheets, if you don't say, I hate this guy or fuck you, we're no longer friends. So I honestly, I do love that, because I enjoy when people think that we're in a feud. We're really like two lovers quarreling constantly. All right, we need Quiggled surviving. Actually, he is a tank, and he is R7, so he should survive just fine. Yeah. Me and Phil are constantly making fun of each other on purpose. It's not an act. I've said this before. I say it to a lot of people. Hate is my love language. And if I'm really close to somebody, I am only going to say mean things about them. And Phil and I feel that about each other. So we are constantly making fun of each other. And we have given each other blanket permission to say whatever we want about the other person. Because it's funny. That's how you know when you have a true friend, is when you can make fun of them constantly and they're okay with it. No, don't you do that to me. Let's see, my speed ups or victories. I don't have enough energy. I have 23 energy. Gross. We are getting there. 578. Need here, tenacity down, CX, we still need CX2 surviving. Okay. I might have to do that one tomorrow just because I'm running out of stamina. I don't want to say on camera that I would help my true friends bury bodies. Just, you know, little winky emoji. Which upcoming character are you most excited to get? I'm less excited about the new characters themselves. I'm more excited about what they mean. I think the most exciting character for me is Chewbacca and Yoda, who I have lovingly nicknamed Buddy Cop Yoda. But other than that, I just am excited by the fact that they will support 5 teams instead of just being a cohesive team. I like when CG throws a lot of new stuff into the mix. Now, I'm not going to get them for like 8 months, but I'm still kind of, I think it's kind of cool that the game itself will have 6 new teams to kind of figure out. I do see myself, I might even soft whale on Buddy Cop Yoda, just because I think it's a silly character, and I just love silly characters. Eight more. Can I do 2 more with these guys? Probably not. Maybe get close. I don't know. Let's find out. Right? Why not? My friends and I used to have this this habit, Womp Rat, that you may be interested in, where we would never wish something truly mean on each other. So we would always wish like a minor inconvenience. So we might say something like, I wish that your breakfast cereal is always soggy for the rest of your life. Or I wish that anytime you enter a room, you stub your toe. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christo. That sucks. I did that before. I did that in Naboo once. And it blows. It blows so much when that happens. Oh, it looks like I am out of energy. Okay. I'm going to run my last Coliseums on auto. I keep getting to 64 or to 99%, which is kind of annoying to me, but whatever. But not on auto, on manual. I'm getting to 99%. But I figure I might as well see if auto can do it. Hey, Kimmy, I did. Happy Thanksgiving. My wife and I hosted for the first time. Her parents came over. Her brother came over. My kitchen was a mess. We ran the dishwasher 3 times yesterday. My dishes are still not fully done. I can't even unload the dishwasher right now because if I do, my wife will yell at me. She'll tell me that I'm being too loud while she's trying to sleep. So once she wakes up, we still have to run it probably at least 1 more time. Okay, see, on auto, this is seemingly doing better than I was doing on manual. And that kind of annoys me. Morning, Snorlax. Pissing me off, this shit. Come on. Get us to tier 3. Oh, we got to tier 3. Nice. Beautiful. Oh my god, people have been wailing in my shard. Fuck. That does not spark joy at all. I do not like that. Yeah, so I was doing just fine, I thought. But, on manual, I just was not seemingly able to get anything. I was able to get to 99% pretty consistently. My shard was not this tough a week ago. People be wailing. Shard matchmaking, that would be great. Did I see that the Sector 5 mini bosses have been switched from last time? I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even notice. After the first conquest in a cycle, I kind of just, in my head, it's on autopilot at that point. Oh, that was much better. I have 10 cheaters that keep going back to the top. Well, remember, it is the holiday in America right now, in North America. Well, in the US right now. Do I buy a pack? Really don't want to fucking buy a pack. Get them up. Get like... Do I get a pack to do this? To outwhale the whales? I didn't watch the video, but Scribe did do a video talking about the money based on like the dynamics of... I know, I don't want to buy a pack, but FOMO. Fuck you, Xander. I'm in second place now, right? I'm in the second place column. No, I'm not. I'm still in the third place column. Oh, I hate that. I have bills to pay. I know, $10 for almost nothing. Yes, exactly. So Thanksgiving was yesterday, and then it's Black Friday. Schools are out for 2 days, and then the weekend. And I took off from the dojo today. I think the meta is going to be based on your shard. I kind of hate that my shard is what seems to be competitive, like semi-competitive. I would like... Let me try it on manual. You're correct, Zap. So I talked about this in Zeta Protocol, where I had said, like, I think there's a possibility that buying a bunch of packs early might be the way to go. Just because then you'll be in a position where you're getting a ton of currency right in the beginning, even if you fall behind later on. Come on, we can get that 2%. No, I guess we can. I guess it's like milk. You're not getting 2%. $35 now. I know. And we'll see at the end of the era if my shard is better or not. There's something that I missed here. Ah, there it is. All right, let's see. Dark side. More healers. I don't really want another healer one. I already have. Okay, who are the level 9s that this can row? Talia or Old Daka. So I don't really give a shit. Do an attacker one? What did I use on the attacker boss 5 if I did? I probably just did, I'll just show you, let's see. Because I've only done the mini boss once. And I did the Commander Luke team. And if I remember correctly, I actually lost with it one time. Before winning the second time. Because using Luke... Well, in the beginning, what I did is I called Luke to do the solo thing. Because with him doing the solo thing, I didn't have any assists. So it made life a little bit easier there. Let's see how we're doing in TV. Getting to 450. There's no excuse to not listen to Zeta Protocol. Ever. Okay, that's fine. This is fine for now. We can handle that. This will go to 200 million. Okay. Perfect. All right, so I can probably get a few roster reviews in before my wife wakes up for work, so we're going to try to do that. Before I do that, though, before I step away for a minute to do that, just as a reminder, I know it's popping through Twitch right now. It's not popping through YouTube, so I'm going to post it. We are currently playing a shitty city builder game for charity, right? We're doing it on Discord through my Egg Game Horror channel. It is a city builder. We've been playing for about 3 days. The campaign goes for a month. The game itself is not super fun, but it is fun to play it all together. And we are raising money for Child's Play, which is one of my favorite charities. Right now, we've raised $400. And we have a month. We have 26 days to go. If you have some time to play a crappy city builder with us, come join us. Literally just installing the game is $6 to charity. But you have to do it through that link. You have to do it on mobile. And you have to be someone who's never played it before. 100% of the proceeds are going to charity. We do it every year. Last year, we raised $1,400 for LA Relief. We raised $1,100 for Child's Play about a month later. So if you have some time, even if you just play for a day, playing for a day is like $20 worth to charity. The link is there. We have our Game Horror channel where we all connect and have fun and be silly with the game. And our plan is to build up our guild. We're in the top 7 guilds on our server right now. Our plan is to get through the month and then that last like day or two to just go apeshit and destroy everybody just for fun before we leave. So consider it. I will be right back. We'll do some reviews and we will get you guys on your way.
Roster reviews. Egnards is having a break and taking a roster reviews. Talking to me that what packs eggs should sell to you. Ooh, to you. To you.
And we're back. My sources are all kinds of messy right now because Streamlabs was giving me problems earlier. So give me a second. Let's get this all set up. What was your favorite dish for Thanksgiving? You make anything that was bomb? So my in-laws brought the turkey. We made baked mac and cheese. We made a green bean casserole. We made garlic butter mashed potatoes. What else did we make? We made like a cornbread casserole. I feel like there was like 2 or 3 other things that we made that I can't remember. But the thing that I love most about Thanksgiving is mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes are my favorite. Mashed potatoes are love. Mashed potatoes are life. I will eat nothing but mashed potatoes. It is more than anything else the thing that I love the most about Thanksgiving. And we made some really nice, like brown butter, garlic mashed potatoes. And my wife tells me that I browned the butter perfectly, which is not easy to do because it burns very quickly. So I'm going to take that. Notify, true, good, we're here. Let's take this source down. No waffles and ketchup. I am not Bones. I am a fancy, classy bitch. Yeah, we had quite a bit for a very small amount of people, and we made my in-laws take a lot of it home because normally they make us take everything home. So we're like, nope, now you have to do it. Okay, let's go into our requests. We have so many, so I wanted to do this today so that I could get this. So that I could get this all done and ready and good to go. Heat up the butter with the pan. That's exactly what I did, Mountain Goat. But like, you have to get it to that right specific bit, and keep it there for like 30 seconds, and then it burns. So you have to be super careful about it. White mint sauce. I've never had like a white mint. Most white sauces I'm not a fan of. You watched all of them. Thank you. And Adis, listen, man, I don't put on mid-roll ads for my streams so that it's just all together. When did you start Swugga for the first time and how? Because I'm curious. I started. Man, people are asking like blast from the past questions. So before we do this, I'll say this again. I've said it before on stream. I started January 1st, 2017, and I know that for a fact. I know the exact date. It was probably about 8 a.m. because my wife who's my girlfriend at the time, she had just moved in with me. She was taking cycling classes at a local cycle place. She really wanted me to go to a cycling class with her. And since it was the holidays and I was off from work, I said, yeah, sure. Let's schedule this class and I'll go to it. It was an 8 a.m. class. She did not wake up. She slept her ass in. And I was sitting there bored all morning waiting for her. So I went through the mobile apps and I found Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. And I played it for pretty casually for about 2 years. Right? It was like my 1 to 2 time a day poop games. And I was super, super, super casual. I was in a casual guild. I was playing daily. I was autoing the raid. I think Tank was out at the time, and then Sith came out not long after. And I started to be more try hard in the game when COVID hit. Right? Before that, I was totally free to play because I was playing on my wife's iPad. And when I was playing, like I didn't want to spend on her Apple account, but I managed to transfer it over. I started to play pretty close to the start of COVID. I would play more actively because I was bored, right? I was sitting at home super, super, super bored. And that's when I started commenting on Reddit, and that's when I started doing like math-based stuff. And that's when I like found a better guild, and it was all downhill from there. It was really bad. So without my wife sleeping in that day, we would have no Egnards in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I like how everybody's giving me brown butter advice when I told you all that I did it perfectly. But thank you. I do appreciate it. But I aced the brown butter test yesterday. I did it good. I was very helpful in the kitchen. I know my way around a kitchen. All right, let's get in. Let's do this. We've got General Antonio, and we're going back almost 2 weeks. That is how big our backlog is right now. I don't like having 2 weeks worth of these to deal with. We got General Antonio, top 20 of the fleet. Very top is Leviathan, then Profundities, and then a bunch of Executors. I've been playing the game for like 2 to 3 years now, and I've bought Lightspeed bundles. I have 2 GLs. Are you coordinating? No. Your ABs do not look in shape. I almost definitely have more, but that's off memory. Right now, I should have Bane. Then I'm going to R7 my Inquisitors, so I'm ready for Riva. After that, I'm thinking Jedi Knight Luke to JML, and maybe throwing the Poncho Brothers in there because I'm kind of close to Quadme, which you'll see. I'm not dead set, but some farms seem better than others. Poncho Bros, because I don't know if I need them or not. Conquest Shards at the time of this being written, so Bane should be unlocked now. Riva, she counts, 259, so you're getting close, 40 a month, that's nice. Quadme 220, Ben Solo 189. I'm finishing Ray off right now. I hope she's done by the roster review. Also, I have a mod problem. Oh boy, okay. I already know the GP of the account because it's staring at me in the face. So about 5 million. It's kind of sweet that at 5 million GP, you're getting 40 a month. So that's like 20 plus per event. That's not bad. But you have an efficiency problem, like a huge efficiency problem. And we need to kind of shore that up a little bit. Because every single time that an AB, an assault battle comes around and you are not capitalizing on it, you are losing out on future progress. Especially right now with all of these doubled assault battles, right? Those would have been beautiful for you, but you kind of had to sit on the sidelines, which is really, really rough. Now, your Supreme Leader Kylo Ren is done. You're finishing off Rey. By the time you read the roster review, Rey is done. She's out there, but you don't have her ult yet. And without Ben, she's not super great. I mean, at your level of the game, I'm sure she's fine, but we need to work on some stuff, man. We really do. Let's see. Just curious where we're at here. Leviathan is far off. That makes sense. Profundity, not that bad. Jabba is far. Luke and Jedi Master Luke are not terrible. Right. They have Grand Inquisitor. Okay, let's check a couple of things. The only one that you and by the way, Relic Delta might help you when it comes to these assault battles. So let's take a little bit of a look, shall we? I'm assuming don't have Dark Ray. Yeah. You don't have Dark Ray, but you have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and Places of Power is at CT1. I don't know if you'll be able to CT3 it right now without having to do it every single time at 1 star, which is super annoying. But with Relic Delta, you might be able to do Places of Power at CT2, which would not be too bad. Alex, on Discord, maybe somebody nice would link our Discord. There's a little bit of a line right now, but on Discord, there's a whole area for it. I want to check. Rebel Roundup would be our bounty hunters. Okay. Bounty hunters, you should at least be doing CT1. Bosk lead. Boba Fett, buy a pack. You buy me a pack. Bosk Lead, Boba Fett, Jango Fett, The Mandalorian, and Grief Karga. You should be able to do Rebel Roundup at CT1. You say you have a mod problem, and that's probably the case here, but here's what I'm going to tell you, is that when it comes to assault battles, if you can 3-star an assault battle, you need to mod switch for it. It will help you significantly to mod switch in order to do these things, because Rebel Roundup CT1 you can definitely do with your account in its current state. Inquisitor, no, we want your Inquisitors. So again, Forest Moon, they're not amazing at Forest Moon until you get Third Sister, but because of Relic Delta and because of your Relic levels, you should be able to get Forest Moon at least to CT1. When you have Riva, you'll be able to get Forest Moon at CT3 with her, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. That's coming up really soon for you. Let's see, Military Might, right? Rebels. Really do want to work on these Rebels. Okay, so we got Chupio. We got Commander Luke. We have Chupio. Where is Han Solo? We have Solo. We have Chewbacca. Where is C-3PO? So we're still working on C-3PO. We want to get C-3PO up there, but I am going to tell you that the best team for Military Might to get you to the end, and again, might have to mod switch a little bit. Commander Luke Skywalker, Chupio in the second slot, Mon Mothma, Han Solo, and C-3PO. What you do is when you open the battle, you use the event special with everybody, and then you hit auto. You can CT3 with that, right? By the time you have Jedi Knight Luke, you should have Military Might at CT3. Chewbacca is your priority there right now because you need to play a catch-up ROI game at this point. And these are all very small farms. Ground Wars Jedi, right? This is going to be your Jedi Knight Luke, your Jedi Master Luke specialty right here. Jedi Knight Luke lead with no speed on him. Hermit Yoda. You can do it without Jedi Master Luke, but your Jedi look like they're going to need Jedi Master Luke. So I would do Jedi Knight Luke, Jedi Master Luke, Hermit Yoda. Let's see who we have. Jedi Knight Revan, and then you really do want, I mean, I like having GK with because I'm thinking about getting these guys up to their like actual levels. So with Relic Delta coming in there, you know, maybe with with JML being a tank, you can get away with GMY being your 5th slot. And that's talking about going for Jedi Master Luke. Obviously, Secrets and Shadows is not super important to prioritize right away. Right, yeah. Okay, there we go. Fantastical Devotion, man. You should, with these Inquisitors, you should be able to do Fantastical Devotion at CT2, no problem at all. Duel of the Fates 0, Prettier Patrol 0. Okay. Here's the deal. I think you need to work on those assault battles right now. I think you should go after Jedi Knight Luke and Jedi Master Luke. You are in, and I say this a lot on my streams, you are in a very specific portion of the game. Your mods, you're telling me they suck. I mean, I've clicked on characters, and they don't look like they suck. They seem like you understand modding. Right? And that's the most important part is I've seen people with 6A mods that have 0 speed on them. So you at least understand modding. Kylo Ren Unmasked doesn't really need speed. Ooh, Piet doesn't have a cross. Look at that. It's just about having enough mods, right? So for Rebel Roundup, you'll need to get Boba Fett up and actually having mods. I would right now. Where are our Duel of the Fate boys? Okay. I would right now work on strongly finishing Jedi Knight Luke and Jedi Master Luke more than anything else. Riva will come in about 2 months, and that'll help you out as well. I would really focus on those assault battles and trying to get the ones that I've told you about at least to CT1. And then I would go straight in for Jabba so that you're really building off of your mods and you're really getting those mod materials. I love the Duel of the Fate brothers. I think they're super important. I think right now your other assault battles are more important for what you specifically need. So I would wait on going too crazy with them until you are like halfway through Jedi Master Luke's journey and you're starting to get into Jabba's journey. And I know that they're both Cantina refreshes and Cantina farms, but that'll also give you some time where you're getting free shards of them as well. So you have to do less of them. But I think that you are in that specific portion of the game where that is where you need to go. And you have to be okay with saying, okay, I want to get these events to 3-star. So I want to make sure that these events, I switch my mods for them. All right. That's all I can do for you, man. That's really what I would focus on. Don't worry about the greater picture on bigger things right now. Worry about getting those things so that you are able to get stuff more quickly. Pie for breakfast. Fucking hell yeah, if it's a good pie. Smugglers Run 3 video. I don't know. That's a scribe thing. I did it on auto. Actually, I probably should have done it, but the problem is all of my pirates are at relic 9, so it's kind of hard for me to be like, hey guys, look at all of my hot pirates doing this super easily. R9 tier looks to be awful as you can't underman the vent, meaning you need 5 R9s for less than 10% better rewards. There's no R9 tier. What are you talking about? There was only an R3 tier when I looked at it this morning. Pecan pie, I would house that in the morning. Let's see. Right now, this is Smugglers Run 3. Right now, it is Relic level 3. When will they give us a Relic level 9 one? I don't know. But right now, that is all we've got. I'm waiting for my R9 tier. I know it's planned, and I took an entire team to R9. Why did I take an entire team to R9? Because for the raid, it makes my life easier. They're an easy team to run with 5 of them. Because I need R9 teams for Rise of the Empire, because they're a great team in GAC, and with Relic Delta, that helps me for them to all be at R9. So they're a no-brainer R9 team for me right now. We're going to try to get at least one more because we're starting to hit that time where my wife will be waking up and she has her work stuff to do. So we got Larry here. I've been playing since the summer of 2023. Honestly, Larry, it's crazy for me to hear that because you have been with me for a very long time. You stop in and out all the time, and we see you all the time, and I really thought you were a much longer-term player. Top 20, all Leviathans except for 1 Executor and Profundity. Duel of the Fate. I'm assuming these are all... No, because you have CT on a lot of them, and... Oh, because Peridian Patrol and Duel of the Fates don't technically have a CT too. Yeah, Pilkus, man. Like, look, yeah, doing R9 sucks, but it's easier to do them now, and they are a good team for that. What am I currently working on? Nothing really, just getting the mats so I can finish gearing up and giving relics to Jaddy Cal. I prefer having fun, but I feel like my roster is a bit behind compared to my playtime, so I'm willing to go into pure efficiency for a bit. Well, that's the thing. When you're just playing for fun, right, which is great if that's what you want to do, your account is always going to lag behind a little bit over anybody else because everybody else is playing efficiently. Favorite characters. I really want Taran Malikos, but he's a conquest character, so I can't really push for him. All of them are way off. Boba, nobody gives a shit about. Luthen's good, but not super important. Again, SM33, good, but not super important. Kat, Jocasta, and Queen Amidala, a little bit more on the important size. Maz, not as important for you right now. Ezra is a nice character if you have Rey. Maul 100, the rest are below 100. I'm very glad to finally have a GL, and I'm hoping Jedi Cal will supercharge him once I get him to Relic. So you have JML, awesome. But I don't know where to go next. I'm thinking Starkiller since I already have Kyle Katarn at Relic 5. But besides that, I'm not sure. I'm doing well with Fleets, Executor, even more now with B-Wing. I'm staying in the high 20s. I need some help with where my next heading should be. Another GL, a Fleet, I don't know. So Conquest, 1 GL, I'm going to say about 4.5 million GP. What would Egnards do for a... Oh, 5.6. Okay. What would Egnards do for a Klondike bar? I mean... I'd ask nicely. I'd say, hey, babe, can you go get me a Klondike bar? They're not really my favorite. And they're so small now. They used to be so much bigger. They like really reduced the size of a Klondike bar. A lot of shrinkage going on. Let's check out Larry. Weekend at Mando's. Love the guild name. All right. We are using Home 1 right now. Let's see. So all of your stuff is at least CT1, which is nice. Except for Fanatical Devotion. Fanatical Devotion needs to be at CT2 or high. Well, Fanatical Devotion is the only one that's not at least CT1. Military Might CT3, Ground War CT3, Rebel Roundup CT2, Place of Power CT1. Okay. We've got 1 GL. God Executor. Yeah, I watch a lot of movies. My problem, Larry, with Starkiller is I feel like Starkiller is going to lose a lot of viability once he is shifted over to his new team, and you're not going to have his new team. And I feel like that's going to be a little bit problematic for you. Malikos is a super fun character, but again, like, you know, you aren't going to be able to do too much other than whatever free shards you get of Malikos. Right now, at least. Let's check out Forest Moon. Okay, so these guys are not great. Let's check out Rebel Roundup, Bounty Hunters. Okay, not a lot on the... Do you do 200 crystal refreshes for triple drops? Yes, you do. You damn sure do the 200 crystal refreshes. Oh, my God. Okay. Let's see. Duel of the Fates. Let's check out those bros. Okay, so they're still at that tier. Okay. All right. Larry, I love you. I love you like a brother. If we are talking about the best thing for your account to do right now, because you like to have fun, right? But again, I say this a lot in my streams. I can't tell you how to have fun. I can only tell you what's efficient, and then you can decide to deviate from the efficiency as much as you want to based on the amount of fun you want to have. You need to do, you just got JML, you need to do the whole Jabba Leia profundity thing. You have to. You are in that space where this will be very helpful to you. To have Jabba, to have Leia, to have profundity. Um, nobody to. All right, these guys still need stars over here. These guys a couple stars, but not as many stars. I would honestly tell you to make Profundity your primary farm, make Jabba your secondary farm, and start getting shards for these characters while you're doing Profundity. And then I would go for Leia. Now, if you want to do something fun in the middle, you're like, oh, I really want to do Star Killer because he's fun. You can do that at any time. You can slot that in whenever you want. But this, and I say this every stream, this is my favorite part of the game, is where you don't have to think. And you're in a part of the game where you don't have to think because there's so many farms that bounce off of each other. Having Jabba will help your mods, which will help the game overall. It'll get you to Rebel Roundup CT3 and also Smuggler's Run 2, which is what's going to help your mods. Right? Profundity, you may not fully need Profundity right now, but then you can let it sit and you can let it stew and you can let it figure its own shit out while you're working on your executor. And then Leia is just a super nice GL to have in every single game mode. While you're doing those things, your Duel of the Fates shards will start to pop off, right? Because you'll get that over like the next 6 months. And once those guys are 7 stars, I would bring them to R7, where you are in the game right now. Later on R9, but R7. Relic Delta is going to suck for you for GAC. Let's see. Carbonite, Bronzium, maybe not. It's going to suck for you a little bit in GAC, though, but it's going to probably help you out a lot with Relic acquisition and being able to do this stuff a lot faster. So please, that is what I would do. That is how I would do it. Again, when we talk about my plans for people, slot in whatever you want, unless you're Vanced. If you're Vanced, don't waste my damn time. Take my plan, stick to my plan, stop listening to everybody else's freaking plans. Listen to my plan only. But everybody else, if you want to add in fun in the middle and pepper in fun, then pepper in fun. That's fine. Truly, truly, truly is fine. It's actually only 8:08. I think I can do one more. Mr. Baldman, are you still here? You were here before. Let's see, Mr. Baldman. I play for fun. Feel free to push me off for others more serious. Enjoying PvE more than PvP. GAC is my least favorite game mode. Yeah, I don't really enjoy it either, but user makes me do it. Been playing since the summer after launch. Quit about 3 or 4 years ago and sold all my mods. Oh my god, you're one of those people who forced yourself to quit the game by selling all of your mods. Oh my god, that sucks. That sucks so much. Malik just burnt me the second time he came around. Tried to keep going, but eventually had enough. Came back after a year, needed something to do while seeing a man about a horse, gearing and relicking by faction. I would like to believe that you were actually seeing a man about a horse. R5, I'm that guy that does R5 solo Galactic War video. Oh! All right, awesome. Hold on, give me 1 second. I've heard about your videos. I have seen people talk about your videos. I haven't seen the actual videos, but now I need to look them up now that I know that it's you. But I've heard about your videos and how much people love them and how ridiculous they are. I think Sarah was talking about it a while ago on HNN. But I've heard about them. You have a reputation, but if required at higher relics, they go to that relic. Farming DS clones and pirates, assault battles, CT3. I like the way that you section this off. Okay, CT3, 2 stars, places of power with C. That might get a little bit easier now. Now with Relic Delta, if you were 2-starred with places of power. Duel of Fate CT2 with the boys in R9 rotation. Fanatical Devotion CT2. The one that uses Night Sisters CT2, Coven of Shadows tier 2. Okay. Your assault battles are actually in pretty good shape right now. They are not bad at all. So that's nice. You have nothing that's nothing. Conquest tunes. Passively going for Leviathan, but playing catch up with the Scoundrel faction relics and new requirements since I finished them. Any favorite tunes? Probably Sith Trio and Old Republic. Side note, finished Relic factions. Separatist, Grand Republic, Galactic Republic, Scoundrels. Planned Sith, Sith Empire, Old Republic, Mandos, Rebels, Empire, Ewoks. C screenshot, red circles going to R9, green going to R8. Okay, I have that on my screen. You guys don't see that right now, but I love how it looks like a set of lungs, actually. Okay, so red is going to R9. Okay. Green is going to R8. All right. Okay, let's take a look. So you took 3 to 4 years off, but you love doing your relics. I don't know, man. I'm thinking like 9 million. Okay, 11 million. I just wasn't sure with 3 to 4 years off. Let's take a look. Chromium Cowboys. So we're over there with Urs. Gotcha. Let's see. Now, just in case, for the Sith one, you are doing... Where is he? Oh, you did it with C lead. You don't have pop-up help? Oh, there he is. I was like, what the fuck? How do you not have Papa Palpatine when you have C? Oh, there he is. Okay. So, just in case, it's Papa Palp lead, Sith Eternal Emperor, Nihilus over here, right? And then from there, having a strong Malik really helps, and your Treya. There are other ways to do it, but that's the easiest way that I've found. And if you bring Malik up a few levels, he will take a lot less damage. You do Treya lead. Okay, I did it with Papa Palp lead. Interesting. Yeah, I prefer Papa Palp lead for all of the debuffs and turn meter. That has always worked for me. I maybe give it a try next time. But, you know, now with Delta and your Malik being isolated for going higher, maybe put him a little bit high. Bane and Malgus. I don't like Bane in a 5-man team. I'm going to tell you that my personal way to do this would be Papa Palp, C, Nihilus, Darth Malik, and Treya. And I would be eating people. And your goal is to eat the leader of each team right as the phase starts. That's how I've always done it. That's how it's always worked for me. To each their own. Maybe try it next time. And maybe isolate Malik as going a little higher earlier on. I just giving you an option, man. Giving you an option. Duel of the Fates, CT2 with the boys. They're in R9 rotation. Fanatical Devotion, CT2. Fanatical Devotion. Fanatical Devotion is one that also you'll probably have an easier time with now at CT3. Because, well, you're going to have to bring these guys up, is what you're going to have to do. To have Treya at Relic 6 and to have these guys still at G12 is kind of... It is a little bit insane for me. I would definitely try to at least R5 these guys. It's just one of those things, like you have the thing that makes the team an A+ team, but you're refusing to allow them to be an A+ team. And I know you don't like GAC, but they work well in TB too. I use them in TB. I use them often in TB. So again, something I would maybe consider there. Finish relicking factions, separatists, Grad Republic, side quests. So I guess my question here is, what do you need from me? Because you have a plan, and you have a plan that says, hey, I want to have fun with this. Okay, so these guys are going to be R9 very soon. That's good. Two, three, four GLs. Yeah, we don't give a shit about those. JML. Insane. Insane. Okay, so we're backgrounding Leviathan. I'm assuming you have Fury class. No, we don't. Where is Fury class? Did you just not unlock Fury class yet? Because, because I'm looking in here. There you go. You do have Fury class. I was just looking in characters like a fucking moron. Okay, these guys just need to be relicked. Doing 99. Okay. You could probably be doing better. So it's tough. It's really tough because for me, I'm very efficiency minded. So I tell people how to go for efficiency. But I greatly respect people that are just trying to be a little bit silly and have fun with the game. Games are supposed to be fun. Efficiency is what's fun for me. Figuring out how to break the game in my favor is fun for me. So that's why I do it that way. For you, that's not necessarily the case, right? If I were to tell you what to do, so if I'm saying, hey, what do I think is efficient? I am telling you, you need to finish off Leviathan because the sooner you finish Leviathan and you've already done the hard part, the sooner you can get free shards from it every month. I am also thinking, yeah, man, you got to do your Inquisitors to at least Relic 5. Like, that's important to have that really strong team, and it's going to help you with the assault battles. So those are two things that I'm saying, hey, that's great, that needs to happen. When is there an anniversary quest? Let's see. Let's find out when. Could hold out upgrading. You have the Empire LST, which will take 1 to Relic. So that is in like January, right? The Seventh Sister, Fifth Brother LST. This is in January. This is in January. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could. You're only talking about a month and a half. You could definitely do that. No, it's not a bad call, Chinny. That's actually a really good call out. Because you'll be able to get those. I think it's to G13 and all Zetas, right? 7 stars, Gear 13, and maximum Zetas. Okay, that's not a bad call out. So I could see you waiting until January to do them while you're working on Leviathan now. And then relicking all your Inquisitors as their Lightspeed bundles, Lightspeed tokens come out. But you really do need to get them to 5-star. Give me 1 second. I just got to do something real quick. Boom. Yeah, no, it'll save you the G12 gear, and you'll be able to use that G12 gear elsewhere. Oh, crap. Okay, hold on. That is silly of me. But Leviathan is going to be the really strong thing here for you right now. And definitely what I would be doing. Okay, that's logging in. Good. That's perfect. Is this just roster reviews or chatting? So we're kind of finishing up, but I am doing a roster review right now. All right. All right. Now that I'm not distracted, I apologize for being distracted. Do Leviathan now. Do the Empire when you get their anniversary tokens coming in. But like, if I were you, I'm somebody that is going to go after like JML and Leia right now. Right? Like, that's what I would be doing. But you have a totally different reason for playing the game. And I can't critique that, because honestly, I think what you're doing is super fun. I think it's awesome. And I think that you should continue doing that. And you should continue doing it your way. But that's what I would do if I were you. If that makes sense. I mean, a lot of people coming to me lately for like, hey, fun reviews. And I go, I don't know, man. Like, that's up to you. That's what I would do. I wish I could be more helpful, other than to say I would love to see you do a Jar Jar Galactic War video, because Jar Jar is the GOAT, and Jar Jar is important. Yeah. All right. My wife is going to be waking up any minute, and she's going to need the computer for work. So, you know the drill. We're going to head out. We will timestamp this up for you guys, and we will get going. Enjoy the rest of your Friday.